I got some new LEDs.
You were the shadow to my light. Did you feel around? Another star, you fade away. Afraid our aim is out of sight. Wanna see you alive. With all your love, with all your love, with all your love. Was it all in my fantasy? With all your love, we only imaginary. These shallow waters never meant what I needed. I'm letting go, a deeper dive, eternal silence of the sea. I'm breathing alive. With all your love, with all your love. I'm dead by the midnight, you set the heart on fire. So with all your love, with all your love.
Merry Christmas!
Hi, welcome to Kenneth Bader Christmas. In this episode, I want to cover networking. Not the hello, my name is kind of networking, but computer networking as it relates to computer synchronized lighting. I'm sure you're extremely excited about this episode, as I am, but really there's a lot of questions about it on the forums. And it's a video, so you can roll it back if you fall asleep. In a previous episode, I mentioned that you want to segregate your show network from your home network because the amount of data going from the computer to the controllers. Now, I'm going to assume that you took my advice and you're using a Raspberry Pi for the computer. You can connect the Raspberry Pi to your Wi-Fi network, your home Wi-Fi network, to control it, but still have all your show data on a separate network. In fact, that's probably the most popular configuration. My original intention was to get into some of the networking details by showing you the network page of Falcon Player on my Pi 2B. But it doesn't work anymore. So I got a Pi 3. The kit comes with a Pi 3B, a plastic case, micro SD card, an adapter so you can plug it into your computer, and a power supply. So I get to show you how to turn a fresh Raspberry Pi into a Falcon Player. First, you need to download a program called SD Formatter. They have Mac and Windows versions. I'm going to show you the Mac version. You insert the card, make sure your system recognizes it, fire up the format program, choose Overwrite Format, name the card Boot, press Format, and wait. I have a 16 gigabyte card in here. 8 is really plenty for all of this, but all of your music, sequences, and settings will be on a separate USB stick. Download the Falcon Player software version 1.8 from GitHub/Falcon Christmas. Unzip the file if it isn't already, and you want to copy the contents of the folder to the SD card. Don't copy the folder, copy the contents of the folder. And what this does is create an installation disk for the Pi. So insert the SD card into the Pi. Insert at least an 8 GB USB stick into the Pi. Name it Media, M-E-D-I-A. Connect an HDMI monitor to the Pi. Connect the Pi to a wired Ethernet cable that has internet access. And then plug in the power supply. If you see errors connecting to the USB storage, you may be using a power supply that's too small for the Pi. This one came with a 2.5 amp power supply. Now once setup is complete, take note of the IP address. Open a browser to the IP address and you should see this status screen. So the Pi 3 has a wired Ethernet port and a built-in wireless card. So go to the network settings, the Falcon Player, and choose the WLAN 0 settings, which is the wireless card. You want to set this to your home Wi-Fi network, so let's make sure that works first. Now you can use DHCP, but I prefer to use static settings so the IP address always stays the same. Choose an unused IP address on your network and press the Tab key. The net mask should automatically be entered along with the gateway. Don't worry about the gateway for now. The reason you need to have an internet connection is so the Pi can use NTP to set its internal clock. You can add a clock chip to the Pi, so you don't need an internet connection, but generally this setup will work. Once you have the WLAN 0 interface set up, make sure you can access the Pi at the wireless address. Now go to the ETH0 interface, and this is where you'll set up a separate show network. Pick a 192.168 private network. If your home network is 192.168.1. something, then use 192.168.2. Since this is the first interface on the new network, you can choose anything between 1 and 255. Now 1 and 255 are special addresses, so anything between those two is fine. Press the Tab key and the net mask and gateway should be set. Your show data will be sent out on the wired interface, so your controllers need to be on that same 192.168.2 network if that's what you used. Whew. That's a lot of technical information. Roll the slider back if you need to cover that stuff again. One last thing that I want to tell you is there is master-slave capability built into the Falcon Player software. The master is the only one that plays the audio, and it keeps the slaves in sync. The slaves have a copy of the sequences, and they only put out the data for the lighting controllers. This is a more complicated setup than just using a single Pi for everything, but it may make things easier if you have your display spread out over a wide area, or you decorate your neighbor's yard and you can't run a cable across the street. Every setup is different, and you need to put some thought into designing your network, just like you design the rest of your display. If you have questions, let me know. I'll try and help you out. There's also some very smart people on the forums that can help you out. So questions and comments below. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you again soon.
I am invincible!